TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Of the talk show Kings. I'm gonna let my Kings introduce themselves. Starting on my right, go ahead, young man.
I'm King Takar from Boston,
From
Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Yiddy.
Boston in the building.
Yes, sir.
On my left,
All day long, I am King Lundy, born and raised in Bibb County, Macon, Georgia, the Mac Time.
The Macon
Reside right here
himself.
in the ATL, Peace Up, A-Time Down.
Swag Central.
Amen.
And I'm your boy ATL Doc. From born and raised Atlanta West Side, 2125 Simpson Road, apartment 5A. For y'all folks that know about the Simpson Woods and the west side of the A. We gonna jump right off in the topics,
Yes.
right? First thing I want to talk about is the coronavirus. Now, I'm not sure if you cats are familiar with it, but they're calling it a pandemic and it's going to be an epidemic. And some
Yeah,
people saying,
yeah, I've been following that.
Rush
Stay on
Limbaugh,
top
fat
of it.
retarded jackass, said that it's going to be, it's the common cold.
Wow.
President
Yeah.
Trump said we ain't got nothing to worry about. But let me see if I can explain this.
Okay.
See if you can follow me. Okay, the flu is 0.1% fatal. That means
Yes,
one
yeah.
out of 1,000 people die from the flu.
Right,
Well, the coronavirus is 2% fatal. So that means 2 out of every 100 people die
right.
from the coronavirus.
Right.
Now, we have a vaccine for the flu. We have all kind of over-the-counter drugs to help you
Right,
fight the flu.
antibiotics, whatever. You're
They
right,
don't even
absolutely.
know enough
I know.
about the coronavirus to make a
right,
flu. Well, I mean, to make a vaccine.
I'm pretty sure they got a secret vaccine for the
I'm pretty sure they
coronavirus.
don't.
I'm pretty sure they don't because they haven't said anything about that. And the thing about it is you people, you got to understand that we had our second case to hit the United States. A victim died in California over the week, from the coronavirus. And Donald Trump got on national TV and said, we the people, the American people have nothing to worry about. But now it's over here. And I think we got to have our safeguards.
I
up.
was gonna say, yeah, we definitely have to worry about
Absolutely.
coronaviruses. Especially if 2 people died from it already.
Yeah.
It's gonna be spreading around.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they said some of it, I guess it says starting to spread out here in Atlanta, like from the airport.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
they estimate about 200 people have gone through the Atlanta airport with the coronavirus.
Is that right?
Yeah, about
yeah.
200.
Yeah.
Now, let me see if I can break it down some more. Y'all know I'm a nerd and I got to know everything.
Break it down.
Yeah. Okay, so with the coronavirus, if somebody sneezes,
Right.
excuse me, on something, coronavirus can live there for 8 days. So if somebody sneezes on this table, for 8 days, if you
Right.
touch this table and then touch any of your orifices, any of your openings,
Right.
your mouth, your nose, your eyes, you got the coronavirus. Okay? It also takes about 8 to 11 days before you even know you have it. So you walking around coughing, sneezing, whatever, shaking hands, hugging people, blah, 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 and
Right.
don't know you had a coronavirus.
Absolutely.
So everybody that you coming in contact with, the only thing they got to do is wipe their face, and guess what? They got the
There-
coronavirus.
There you have it.
There's no cure.
Right.
There's no vaccine.
Right.
So I understand why they call it an epidemic, even
Right.
if we don't have all these people dead yet.
Yes.
Yes.
And also keep in mind that statistics show that 2 of the people that died from coronavirus was never had any contact to anybody that had it.
Did they say what their race race was? Like, did they say if they were
No, they
Chinese
didn't.
or-
They didn't say whether they was America, a black American, white, Hispanic. But the thing about it is that they were never around anybody or came in contact with anybody with the coronavirus. So it had to be airborne from somewhere.
I was gonna say, so if that's the case, then where did it come from? Like,
Absolutely.
Remember, 9 days. Achoo. I got the coronavirus. You don't know. You come behind one day. I ain't even got to be there no more.
I mean, you look like you had a
I
coronavirus.
do. Achoo. And so you do this, and then one day you eating you some wings, and next thing you know, you got the coronavirus.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
so you have to safeguard yourself.
Oh, yeah.
By washing your hands at everything
Exactly.
you do. Wash your hand, keep your hand washed, sanitize your area, even in the work environment when you're working around people. You know, and you know, people have a tendency of, they want to high five you and shake your hand and give you the pound.
Yeah.
Mean no disrespect, but soon after that pound, that high five, go wash your hands.
Oh,
feel
yeah,
on that
yeah.
Stay
I-
safe.
I
You
keep
know.
some hand sanitizer on me.
Yeah,
Hey, KJ.
absolutely.
I want to say shout out to KJ for watching.
Shouts out, Kay.
Also, with the coronavirus, where was I going? The masks. People think that those masks help. Please don't go out and buy you a bunch of masks unless you have it,
Yeah.
because the mask is for things coming out, not coming in.
Right.
As long as you can breathe something in, you still can catch the coronavirus.
Right.
The coronavirus, if somebody sneezes and they have a mask on, it'll help it not spread. But if you're breathing with that mask on, you still can catch the coronavirus. So you
That's
just
right, yeah.
bought all these masks for no reason. I mean, and you can't catch it from drinking Corona beer.
Yeah,
You know, so
40%
sales
sales
that
drops.
went down.
40%
I
because
said
of
that the
the
other
name.
day. I was like,
Because of the name.
the sales went down because of the
Yeah, you
coronavirus. I said,
That
wow.
is crazy. And also Wall Street is collapsing behind the
Oh, yeah.
coronavirus. Coca-Cola. Their Japan location is losing a lot of money because of this coronavirus.
The airlines, think about the travel industry,
Yes,
think about
yes.
cruises,
Right.
all
Oh,
this kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
All that kind of stuff is going
so
down.
how can you not think of a pandemic, you know, under these circumstances? How can you not be afraid under these circumstances of this disease that's coming over here, and Lord have mercy, Jesus, affecting
You listen to your commander in chief.
very rarely do.
How many lies has he told? Like, ain't this in the
Absolutely.
30, 40,000 range now?
Yeah.
But stay safe, people. We got to. I mean, it's getting to the point where you might even want to shake hands. You might want to
Yeah.
learn how to dap with your feet, some kind of kid and play
Yeah.
kind of thing going up now. Because you don't want to, you just don't want it to spread. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Doc.
Show Enough said hand sanitizer is overrated. Yeah, they've been proved that, family. Kenneth D. Wilson Jr., KJ, says, I just learned that the mask will not help spread, wait a minute. I just learned that the mask will help it not spread. Exactly.
Right.
Mask, if you have it, then the mask will help it not spread out to other people. However, the mask won't help you not catch it.
Yeah.
So if you see somebody with a mask, then I'm thinking you got it. So yeah, you touch me, I might have to go ahead and
Absolutely.
put pause. China is a big consumer. Oh yes. Well, supposedly it started out with people eating bats. That's supposedly where the coronavirus started.
Like, did they cook the bats in the food, or
They have restaurants in
eat
China
bats.
where they eat some of the most
they
disgusting.
barbecue bats, they boil bats, they bake bats. Oh yeah, oh yeah, most definitely.
They show
You
one.
ever watch this TV channel where this guy, I can't say the name, but he goes to various places of the country.
Oh yeah, I know,
Right.
yeah, I know exactly what you're
And
talking
eat
about.
all kind of crazy foods.
Yeah.
Well, one of the places that he went to, I can't really say what it was, India, someplace over there, and they were their tortilla food was bats, and they ate bats religiously. I'm like, oh my.
I don't know if you ever seen a bat, but
Yeah.
ain't shit about a
Yeah.
bat look appetizing to me.
Absolutely.
I can just say.
Well,
to
that's
me,
why I was asking. Do they fry it? Do they bake it? Cook it?
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
do they do?
I'm
Like, 'cause
sure
ain't
they
nobody-
cook it all different kind of ways.
Absolutely.
But they showed a picture of it at one of the restaurants, and it was like skewered. It was. They had put little sticks on it, so it was sitting there, and it
Yeah.
looked like it was smiling.
Absolutely.
Ain't no way in hell you couldn't have paid me to eat that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just can't see it, you know.
They're probably gonna put it on the grill or something.
Exactly. They doing something with it, but
Yeah.
whatever they doing is not killing the virus,
Yeah.
and now it's spreading. People not made to eat everything,
Right.
and until we learn that, good Lord,
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
yeah.
We all carnivores at one sense or another. You know, we never
Well, we
thought that we would
omnivores.
eat a whole lot of stuff that we eat, but we do.
Yeah.
You know, we do. And also, you know, if you feel the symptoms of this virus, the CDC is saying stay home.
Yeah,
You know,
but
stay inside.
the virus,
you know-
the symptoms of the virus are the same with the cold.
Yeah.
So I mean, you
Yeah.
got your nose start running, you feel whatever. Who gonna stay home from that? Well, I guess. I mean,
You know,
yeah. Then you got to go get checked out now. So I would think the
Yeah.
hospital. And then have you seen that quarantine they did in China?
yeah.
That is the largest quarantine
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
in known human history. We've not had
Yeah.
a quarantine like that ever
Yeah.
before. Being that they have no way of, and the quarantine was just meant to slow it down. I wanted to make sure I brought that up too.
Yeah.
They knew it was going to get out.
Right.
I'm still tripping off of the fact that the corona is the actual beer that you know the sales went down
40%.
just because of the day.
That's
Like,
damn near half. You know how much money they're losing on that?
boy, I know they mad.
Oh yeah. Like, why didn't y'all name it something else? Why couldn't you name it the MD 2020? the malt liquor virus or something. Sure enough,
Why the coronavirus?
yeah, Australia has burned up, and now this is a reminder when Africa was on the watch list for viruses, but as we see, it's not Afro Brothers. I feel you on that, sure enough, but you got to also think about this. If the coronavirus gets to Africa due to the poor health conditions in a lot of places, it's really going to spread. And even though they saying it came from bats, supposedly they had the virus already working on it in laboratories in China. So some people think that it was released as population control.
Yeah.
Because they were saying that, I'm not sure where I read it, but billionaires got together and wanted to do I want to say 40% reduction in the human population.
I mean, how could they even base that decision on what?
Based that decision on who got bread.
But
I mean-
yeah, to destroy a population of
Exactly.
people,
They
that's
do that
crazy.
all the time. You ever heard of genocide?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like they talk about Hitler as being the worst.
Yeah.
Read about
Well-
Leopold
well,
and what he did to
yeah,
Africa.
he was the worst. Yeah.
Read about not just the slave trade, but read about King Leopold and what he did to Africa. How many tens of millions?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Right.
It's a trip, family, and we got to stay safe. We got to watch out for each other.
Right.
I even read that here that it's being said that I tapped to remember.
Right.
It's being said that the virus won't be affordable for everybody.
Meaning?
Meaning that if you ain't got enough bread, guess what?
I mean, that's what but that's what a lot of things, you know, when it comes to, you know, medication, you know, if you ain't got the money for it, then you should, you know, SOL. So
Yeah.
Exactly. They cured every type of cancer in laboratory rats in the early 2000s. Every type. They ain't curing every type of cancer in people. Diabetes, not the one that you're born with where your pancreas completely don't work, but diabetes can be controlled and almost cured with a diet. They don't
Yeah.
preach that because
Yeah.
diabetes is a billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
If they got rid of insulin, they got rid of those strips and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not much
Yeah.
money, and it's all about bread in the end.
right, but that's what I was about to say. Like in the medical field, like it's a, you know, it's a $1 billion industry. Like
The medical,
yeah.
absolutely. The medical
Yeah.
field makes no money if you're not sick.
right.
Exactly. So
Makes no money.
there's a lot more money in the
Yeah.
treatment than the cure.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely.
It takes one disease to kill another. I feel you sure enough. Cold War, is Lysol going up? Hey, why you tripping? Lysol and those Clorox wipes and all that. There might be some good investment right about now.
Before they actually do go up.
Yeah, because they showed a video where this Asian lady who was in the hospital was diagnosed with the coronavirus, and she intentionally went in the elevator and started sneezing on the spitting on the elevator buttons.
That is crazy.
Yeah, they to me they need to put in jail
that's
for
real crazy.
attempted murder.
I think I seen some. I think I was reading something and it says.
You can read now.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
But yeah, I think they said something about some doctor. I guess I don't know if he was trying to help people cure the coronavirus or something with the coronavirus, but he ended up dying.
The doctor in China who actually told of the coronavirus, told about it when it started coming out.
I think so. Something
Yeah,
like that,
he died.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did he die? Like,
coronavirus. I mean, he was treating it or whatever and caught it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And they were saying that, it really is going to be more effective on people who have a deficient immune system or the elderly and small children.
right.
So, they were saying if you're a scrapping young lad or you take good care of yourself, you have a less chance of passing from it.
Right.
And we'll be back after we pass this break. Coming at you live from Talk Show Kings, TV 1061, having big fun in Douglasville, Georgia. Thank y'all for joining us. We're going to do more of an introduction when we get back.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hey, thank you, family, for coming, for joining us again. If you missed the first segment, we were talking about the
deadly virus.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
But we want to make sure we give a shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington. Want to give a shout out to our technical director, Marcus Givens, and we want to give a shout out to Miss Sean Tay.
Barksdale.
Social media guru who keeps us, keep everybody in the loop, let everybody know what's going on.
Shout out to the Talk Show Divas as well.
Yeah, Talk Show Divas. Did you catch the show? Talk Show Divas, they be putting it on. They got a nice platform and they telling you about the actuals and the factuals of life. Yeah, Miss Mahogany Blue was doing her thing today, especially with them earrings.
I saw.
Yeah, she was doing her thing.
She's always doing
Shout
her
out to
thing.
all the divas. Also, we want to give a shout out to Burke's Jewelers, 491 Flat Shoals Road,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah, out in Decatur. And we want to give a shout out to the builder. What's the builder?
That would be Etchison.
Etchison. I was going to say Etch-a-Sketch, and I knew that was wrong. So I handed off that. Hey, that's how you got a partner. You can hand it off when it ain't going right for you. Shout out to Country Fried. Okay. Sure enough, want to give a shout out to Country Fried. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, he was a king once upon a time. Hey, Angie, thank you for joining us. We're about to talk about, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a 6-year-old girl.
Did I see it? Of course I see it.
6-year-old little girl
Yes.
that was arrested.
That had me upset.
We're going to let the upset man talk about it. Go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying, that definitely pissed me off. So basically, a 6-year-old girl, I believe they said in Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
They put her in handcuffs. So basically, from what I heard, I guess she assaulted,
She was throwing a temper tantrum.
Right, a temper tantrum against
Yeah.
a few teachers or something like
Right.
that. And then I guess the police was called to the school, and obviously they came into the classroom and put the little ropes around her.
Yeah, little zip ties.
Yeah, zip tied her, and escorted her to the car, and that's when she was crying and begging and pleading. She doesn't want to go to jail and all of that. But of course, it pissed me off because it's like it's a 6-year-old girl.
Who does that to a 6-year-old?
A 6-year-old. It doesn't matter if she had a temper tantrum. Like, call her parents. Don't. Nah, man, that shit didn't fly with me at all.
I agree with you 100.
I agree with you, Takar.
A 6-year-old little girl, and she was put in tie straps and taken to a police car and put in the back of a police car
Yeah.
at 6. Now I can see if her mother and the cop got together
Yeah.
and planned something like that as a scare tactic.
Yeah.
Right.
But from my understanding, they didn't even call her mother.
Yeah.
At 6 years old, she should have got a couple of swats on the butt and told her to sit her butt down and act like she got some damn sense.
By her parent, of
Exactly.
course. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
If the school had a problem with the little girl, they should have called her mother or her parent or whomever immediately.
Right.
And if the parent wouldn't come, you tell them she can't come back until something is done about her behavior. But to call the cops on a 6-year-old child?
You know how traumatizing that is.
Exactly.
Like she,
Now,
she
the officer was fired 2 days later.
Hey,
So,
Of course.
well,
yeah,
good
he
for
wasn't.
him.
He wasn't one of those who was
Right.
given a paid vacation.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
he
keep
was
in
actually
mind, Doc,
fired.
that this was not his first little girl that he had done like that. This was
No,
his
I didn't know
second-
about that.
Yeah, I didn't know
This
about
was his
that.
second little girl.
Yeah.
Earlier that month, he had did another little girl. This
How
little
old was
girl
she?
right here, I think she was around the same age.
Wow.
Yeah, this little girl right here was his second little girl that he did that to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
The school to prison pipeline exists. I hear you, show enough.
Yeah, see, if that was my daughter, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he
I would have come
man.
unglued. Now, ain't no doubt in my mind. I'm not Superman. I'm pretty sure they would have,
Yeah.
they probably would have executed me extremely quickly. But I had to find that officer. Because, you just can't treat my kids or my woman any kind of way. I just ain't with it.
I would have went down to the
Absolutely.
precinct wherever he worked
Exactly,
at.
exactly.
Like,
Hey, bro,
I
you got to
don't know-
come out sometime. And
Exactly.
When you do,
Exactly.
and
I'm
when
following
you
you
do, I'm putting your
Was his
hands.
body camera filming
Yes.
the whole time or somebody else was
Well,
filming?
that's how they know about it. The body cam.
His body camera
Yeah.
was filming the whole time. Wow.
The body cam was filming. The little girl was in the car, like, crying real hard, saying,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to go to jail and this, that, and other. He didn't give a.
I
He
mean,
didn't care.
he had to not mentally think that this would be justified. Hey, I got my body camera on. I'm following all the rules and regulations to locking a person up, but it never said the rules and regulations of locking a 6-year-old up.
a
What you gonna
girl.
do?
Yeah, 6 absolutely.
That's-
Okay,
6-year-old
even
girl,
if
bro.
16-year-old, even if it was a 6-year-old boy, what are you gonna do with a 6-year-old? Ain't no
Nothing.
jail for
Yeah.
for 6-year-olds. I mean, what are you gonna do with her? Drive around, take her to the
The attorney, the
McDonald's or
Florida, Attorney General fired him immediately.
as they should have.
As
I
well
was
she
saying,
should have.
That's what he get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, what they gonna do with the 6-year-old? Once he get in the car,
Yeah.
what he gonna do?
There were no
Besides
charges
take her
filed,
home.
filed against her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her parents need to file a civil suit against that
Yeah.
county, in my opinion. Angie says no empathy. That's one of the problems with the police force. I feel you on that one. From my understanding, a police is in the school, an officer is in a school to make sure that the kids are safe.
Right.
When the officer tries to enforce the law in the school, to me, they're going too far.
Right.
Yeah, I believe that.
I mean, it's just you're not there to arrest children. That's counterproductive. I mean, for child is there to learn, they shouldn't be in fear. And then for the way the cops treat, and I will go on record as saying the way the police treat African American kids.
Oh yeah.
That would blow my mind. I mean,
because she was African American. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I saw
think-
the little boy buck up at
Yeah.
the cop slam a little boy on his head or whatever,
Yeah,
and people were defending the officer. Nowhere in hell. If my son buck up at the cop, call me. I'll deal with my son.
Right.
Trust.
Right.
Because I feel like that. First of all, my son should know that you don't buck up at an adult.
Right.
For one, their size, they're normally bigger and stronger than you. So, you're doing whatever. But for
Right.
two, you being disrespectful.
Right.
So you making it seem like I'm a bad parent.
Right. And both
So
of these
now
little
I need
girls
to
were black little girls.
Exactly.
Was
So I
the
need to
off-
come on and choke my son.
Wasn't
to
the
show him
officer
that he
black
can do
himself?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's black.
Right.
He
Yeah.
was.
And that's another thing that pissed me off because it's like, you're supposed to be
Yeah.
trying to help instead of, putting her in a situation where she
Yeah.
could be traumatized for the rest of her
A-
life.
absolutely.
Like,
Ain't
that's
no
something-
doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like that's something.
And I'm
she-
looking
like,
at this guy, Takar, and you know how the bad officers that work out a little bit,
Yeah.
like to roll their sleeves up.
Yeah.
And this guy had his sleeve rolled up like he just
he big
had
and
shot
bad.
himself with steroids in the arm before he went to the school. So he swole up. And I'm like, he manhandling
A
this little girl.
6-year-old child.
A 6-year-old.
I hadn't seen a picture of the officer except his face.
No,
But it don't
no,
matter how
yeah.
big he is, his nose is still breakable like anybody else.
Right. But that 6-year-old couldn't have broke his nose.
But her father could.
You know,
Right, and that's why I said
Exactly.
if that was
Exactly.
And still, the parents have been very silent because we haven't heard or seen. I mean, at least not on social media. You know, you haven't seen them or
Yeah.
anything or heard from them.
I'm not advocating violence against police.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
But I must say that, my child needs to be handled a certain way.
Right.
My child needs to act a certain way, but if they're not acting in compliance with the rules, then call me. Let me know. Because there's no job that's more important than my child.
Right.
If I have to, I would just walk off to go get my kid. I would hope that my job would release me to go get my child, but if they wouldn't, it's not, my child
absolutely.
is the most important thing in my life. So, there's no way that, sure enough, the border police follow the same guidelines, horrible lack of common sense. I feel you on that one. Police are more crooked than Trump. I don't think that's Alphonse. I don't think nobody's more crooked than Trump. We got a mob boss. We are really living under a dictator. I have
told you
never,
that.
when we will accept treason from one president but won't accept health care from another, you can't tell me there ain't something wrong with this damn system. I'm just saying, that's just my stance on it. I mean, this man, father, yeah. I'm not even gonna get on Trump. Let's try because I go on rants for a long time about Trump. Yeah, we gonna stay on this officer. The police force in general has we have been socially engineered to see African Americans as Neanderthals. Therefore, our skin color by itself is a perceived threat.
Right.
No matter what we're doing, if we're sitting in a restaurant talking on a phone, then we're a threat. If we're walking down the road, we're a threat. If we're driving a car, we're a threat, regardless of what's going on. Look at how we're portrayed in music. If you think there is no music being created that talks about black love, that talks about two black people loving each other, if you think there are no shows that are written that shows a Cosby Show image instead of a crackhead or robbing image, and you're sadly mistaken. But the powers that be, they don't put those things out there. And that's what I mean by social engineering. What you see and what you hear about us from the beginning is negative. If you think that, all black people do is commit crimes, then why wouldn't you see us as a threat? I mean.
And if it starts with a 6-year-old, Doc, we always get into the isolated incidents where people will say, well, the white officers are doing this to the black youth, and the white officers are accountable for doing this. Mostly when I watch the news and see different stories on social media, it's black officers doing it to black men.
Oh, yeah.
And black officers doing it to black children.
Oh, yeah.
If you go through the inner cities, the majority of the policemen that you
are
see
black. Yeah, I
are
was going
black.
to say, yep.
Well, here, of course, because the majority of the population is black.
'Cause I've
but-
dealt with it growing up. Like I said before on the show before, and one of the neighbors I lived in Maryland, the majority of the police officers were black, and they was always, messing with us.
Yeah,
things like
always,
that.
always. Because guess what they see? They see the same thing that white officers see as black men being a threat. Through those same black eyes and through those same skin tone and color that we are, they see the same thing the white officers see. Black men are a threat. Black people are a threat in general.
they get
Even
that
if you're
same-
6 years old and a girl.
They get that same social engineering.
Right. We did a story about 2 months ago where the school officer slammed
Yes.
a little
Oh,
black
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
That's what I
to
was
the
talking about
ground.
earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing, same scenario. So as African Americans, where do we stand in standing up for ourselves? Saying
Exactly.
equal justice
Right.
for equal people. We don't get that.
Right.
And we got to open up our eyes and see that until we start treating each other with that same respect and dignity and trust among our people, then we can come together and try to unite in our communities, in our churches, in our homes, in our gatherings. The majority of the black gatherings that you go to, you better throw the Bible across, cause some shooting gonna break out somewhere.
Yeah,
You know,
I
and it's
I ain't gonna
sad,
say the
Doc.
majority,
It's sad,
but I
Doc.
feel you're right. It is
It's
sad.
sad. It is. It's sad.
yeah. No, I was gonna say I know
Family
that.
reunions.
I was gonna say,
Thanksgiving dinner.
you know what?
Christmas dinner. You know.
I know this is off topic, but I seen a video earlier today where there was a incident at a funeral with a family
A
reunion.
funeral,
and,
yeah.
one of the boys had got shot and he
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
So it's like we gotta come together. Like
Yes, sir.
that's-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do.
I had the pleasure of meeting Michael Render. Most people know him as Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Yeah, I had
peace.
the
Yeah.
pleasure of meeting Killer Mike Friday, and we're from the same area. But if you hear this brother speak,
Yeah,
the-
I
the-
have. Yeah.
the level of
He deep.
truthfulness in his
Yeah.
voice, I don't think Killer Mike is out there trying to necessarily
Gain
word
popularity
something,
and
and
thing, yeah.
he's just telling
Yeah.
his story. He's telling things how he
Yeah.
sees it through his eyes, from where he's been to where he is now, and he speaks so passionately about it. It just sucks you in to the conversation. He was at Douglas High School, where his alma mater, where he graduated from. I also had a chance to meet a guy named Daniel Moss, who we're going to have on the show.
Right.
He's the founder of the HBCU Foundation, hbcufoundation.org. Check him out.
Peace up, HBCUs.
Yeah, Daniel Moss, he gets money for scholarships, and he gives it to kids to go to HBCUs. He actually had a social media platform before Facebook.
Right.
And he has 2 million people on it. But again, we're gonna try to have him on the show,
Right.
so he can give us the actuals and the factuals and statistics about things. But the point of that was to say that Killer Mike was talking about a grassroots movement, basically for our neighborhoods to be gentrified by
Right.
us.
By us.
For us
Yeah,
to
yeah.
own things, for us to learn how to talk to each other, for us to learn how to treat each other. He and T.I. got together and bought Bankhead Seafood.
I saw that.
Yes.
Saw that.
But they didn't just X out the lady who they bought it from.
Right.
The lady who they bought it from, I don't know if she's a partner, but she's definitely helped them manage it. She's helping them manage it.
Okay, yeah.
So they have the things that was on her menu, as well as adding things afterwards
Excellent.
as well.
Excellent.
And they brought in other people who, because neither one of them owned a restaurant before.
Yeah.
So they brought in other people
Yeah.
to help them learn how to run, how to
Right.
make. And Killer Mike said he learned how to run everything from the grill to fries.
Absolutely.
I mean, to me,
if you're a business owner, you got to know about your
exactly.
business,
He and
you
his
know?
wife own
Yeah.
barbershops throughout
Yeah.
Atlanta. They
Yeah.
started with one. Now they have a chain.
Yeah.
He's talking about that same entrepreneurship
Right.
to African American kids, and
Right.
I applaud him for it.
Absolutely.
He and T.I. both.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him. They didn't allow questions
Right. Mm-hmm.
unless you were with the press, so I didn't get to ask a question. But Mike, if you have a chance to check the show out, then I want to know, for these scholarships that we're giving to the African American youth,
Right.
can we give African American youth some business grants
Right.
and give them business training? Because not everybody is college bound.
Right.
You know, a lot of times that we need people to go into business. Now, speaking of that, we need to go on break so we
And
can keep
handle
the
some
show
business.
going and handle some business. So we'll be back in a minute. Talk Show Kings.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rearview mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, Whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Welcome back to Talk Show Kings, family. Sitting with my Kings, Ty Carr, King Lundy's, Mr. Swag Central himself, and your boy Doc. We already gave a shout out to Felix, Marcus, and Cassandra, but we want to give a shout out to the Chandria. I messed up the last name, I messed up the first name. Wow. And Shantae. Want to give a shout out to our fans. Earlier, sure enough, he was mentioning some love artists, and he mentioned Raheem Devine and Levert. I feel you on that one, but we got to come up with some newer cats because, Levert, both of the brothers passed, and, Raheem Devine, he ain't put out, Devon, he ain't put out nothing late that I remember. Angie says she loved her some Killer Mike. I ain't mad at you. His Netflix series. Yeah, I did too. And you were saying trades as far as teaching kids. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, they used to teach trades in high school.
Yeah,
you
trade
graduate,
school.
You can graduate high school knowing how to do plumbing, knowing how to do electrical work.
Mechanic.
Knowing how to be an auto mechanic, knowing how to do woodwork. But they took those things out.
Right.
The way a public school is set up, the school is funded by the taxes that go into the community.
Right.
Therefore, if you're in a more affluent, if you're in a community with rich people, then more taxes are going to go to that school. So the school is going to have better equipment. It's going to have newer technology. It's just going to be better from a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in a poor community, then that's not going to happen. It's just another one of them Jim Crow laws still on the books.
Yeah.
Arambi, I hope I'm saying your name right. Arambi AC says, cool, we appreciate you for joining us. They still have trades in high school, in VA anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good, but I don't
yeah.
see it down here much.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not there because I ain't been in high school in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But when my daughter was in high school, I know they didn't offer things like that. I heard Douglas High School band.
Yeah.
They was doing the thing. Hey, those kids was doing it. Shout out to the
like
Astros. I ain't taking nothing away from you.
A historical black college. That band, Douglas band, oh yeah. They get down with the best of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Bands.
Yeah,
When I
Battle
lived
of the
across the
Band.
street from the stadium, they would be practicing.
Yeah.
Man, they'd be striking that thing up. It sounded amazing.
Absolutely. I do want to give Killer Mike another shout out. Mike, you know me from security down at Clubhouse. I had an opportunity to meet you, and we talked a whole lot. But I do want to say, Mike told me an interesting story one time, and the story was that he had $100,000 that he wanted to spend on an automobile, and he said his wife told him, Mike, you're not going to spend $100,000 on an automobile. Take that $100,000 and invest it. He went over to the west end of Atlanta, and there was this abandoned apartment building. He bought that apartment building, and now he subsidized it, and now he put families in it, people are living there. So that makes you kind of think, and to reiterate what Doc said, to regentrifying the community and putting money back into the community is what a lot of people with money should do.
That's what Mike was saying. He was saying he and T.I. are getting together and doing things like that, and they're trying to talk to us about doing it, because it doesn't necessarily take a T.I. or a Killer Mike.
Right.
We can invest in the community ourselves.
Invest in ourselves.
We have to learn how to treat each other. We have to learn how to respect each other. We have to learn that, to see each other as brothers and not others. Because, a black person will shoot a black person in a heartbeat. We got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to communicate.
You don't really see that with other races,
Because other races aren't socially engineered to hate themselves.
Right.
I mean, look at the news and tell me the majority of the criminals you see. But then if you look at any crime statistics, it's damn near even.
Yeah.
But they're not showing it like that. People hurt those who they're closest to. So in the African-American community, then of course African-American crime is going to be high. For one, the income is low. But for two, those are people that they're around. If you go to a Caucasian community, the people that's hurting the other Caucasians are Caucasian.
Right.
But it's just not talked about because it might make them look bad. You have to apply, and you have to have a minimum GPA to get into. That's to get into the trade program. I feel you, Andy. But we have some geniuses out there.
Yeah.
I mean, T.I. has a coup. I would like for a coup store to be out, And then Lil Baby is investing in the West End Mall. I'm not going to say he owns it, but he's investing in it, and I think he's partnering some people to buy it. So if that happens, then I would like to see things like Sweets Lounge and a coup and things of that nature in that mall.
It can definitely be
Why
done.
not? Why not have a mall and have a lot of our businesses there? Hire us, to work in the mall. Hire us to do security in the mall, to clean up in the mall.
Right.
Why not? We're in Atlanta. Atlanta is a great business spot for the African Americans.
Mecca for business.
Exactly.
That's why they call it Black Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And think about Tyler Perry just opened up the gigantic studio.
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, Byron Allen owns those stations. Why don't we have Power? Why don't we have that show with Juicy Smouye?
Empire.
Why don't we have Power? Why don't we have Empire? Why don't we have Underground? Why are all those shows not showing on a black network? Why are we not building that up to where we have an outlet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw a Black in America special, and they went in there, and this white guy said flat out, he would hire a a white man out of jail before he would a black man with a degree.
There you have it.
So why do we need to go and have to beg? Why not just create our own?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying
There you have it.
don't do anything
Yeah.
for anybody. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I ain't got nothing but love for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But on that same note, I do feel like we have to watch out for us, just like other people
Yeah.
watch out for themselves. You know,
But
I
to
don't
watch
wanna
out
hurt
for
anybody.
us and to watch out for us, Doc and Takar, we have got to motivate ourselves.
Right,
Exactly.
See,
yeah.
other races look at us and they look at the Hispanic race higher than us because Hispanic, they work.
Right.
If you had a black man in the room, Hispanic in the room, and an employee came in and they want somebody to work and work hard, guess who they're going to pick? But we got to have the initiative to motivate ourselves to start doing more. We're more couch potatoes. You know, we'll lay on the couch and we'll play video games, or we'll put it off on somebody else, or we'll put off today and try to do something tomorrow, instead of taking the initiative. Is that every day is not promised to us.
I feel like that's stereotypical. I
it-
feel like
it is.
that is part
Not
of
only
the
that.
social engineering. I don't think that's us.
Not only
Well,
that,
I really don't.
Well,
But not-
Doc, I beg to differ, because a lot of instances, you know, that we find ourselves in is because of us. A lot of self-inflicted stuff we cause ourselves.
Well, I'm not
but not-
disagreeing with that.
And that's
but
just my take on it. Doc.
yes,
Yeah.
but a lot of times we don't know. Like
Right.
we will start a business and the business will fail because we have no business training. We don't know financial literacy. Nobody's teaching that. When we come out of school,
Right. My point exactly. That's why I said get up. Motivate yourself
Yes.
to
Not-
know,
not-
to learn.
not
Be
only that.
prepared. Prepare yourself
Right.
for whatever comes in life. You
Bruh.
got to be
Right.
prepared.
but not.
in order to prepare yourself,
Right.
you need that education. I apologize.
Yeah, yeah, you
but
do right.
You need that education.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking to Killer Mike,
Yeah.
and Daniel Moss about the churches, the mosques,
right.
everywhere that we gather.
Right.
When the doors are not open for service,
Right.
then the doors should be open for financial literacy, for
Right.
job training.
Right.
For we need to even start teaching respect amongst each other.
True
I mean,
that.
to our children,
True
to
that.
where a child
Yeah.
don't walk up to a grown man and
Right.
say, "Hey, Larry."
Is that-
Hey,
let me ask you a
Mike.
question. Did Big Mike go to college?
He didn't say. I don't
Absolutely.
think he did.
Did Mike go to college?
I'm not sure.
He didn't.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't think he did.
But his
T.I. was
knowledge,
expelled from
Right.
school.
his knowledge
You don't have to go.
takes him absolutely.
Right,
His,
you don't have to go
his
to college or
knowledge
anything.
and him motivating himself
Right.
taught him. See, because one thing about life, Doc, experience in life is your biggest teacher. You can't tell nobody something if you've never experienced it
Exactly.
in your life.
But Killer Mike,
You know?
has been around people like
Yeah.
he just passed. He just passed comedian.
Oh, you talking about
Yes, first one who just wasn't gonna be in the background, who would just talk
From
out,
the
had a little
Fridays?
cigarette.
You're not talking about him from
Nah. Dick Gregory.
I know
Dick,
that.
yes, Dick Gregory cussed T.I. and Killer Mike out, and was telling them, Mike can tell you about it, and was telling them how, you spend money on certain things, and you need to learn how to spend money.
Right.
You need to learn what to buy and what not to buy.
Right.
Things that appreciate and depreciate.
Right.
Yeah, you need to invest in your own community.
Right,
Dick
absolutely.
Gregory,
Yeah.
he was an extreme.
Yeah. Dick Ray cuss you out and let it be
You
known.
know what I mean?
But that's
You know
it.
what I mean? I'm sorry, right, I done cut you off twice.
One of the things I was gonna say earlier was, the thing is, we need to stick together, and
Yes,
come
yes,
together,
sir.
and that's why,
Yes, sir.
The whole thing
Yes,
is
sir.
each one teach one.
Yeah,
You see all these
absolutely.
other races, they
Absolutely.
stick together. You see the Hispanics, the Mexicans,
Right.
they stick together. The Caucasians, they
Yeah.
stick together. The Asians, Chinese, they all stick together.
Right.
We're the only race that
That
doesn't stick
don't.
together. Like, and that,
Absolutely. And if we could get past jealousy, we probably could.
Well, yeah, we got to learn
We
that about
probably
each other.
could.
We got to see
We-
each other as brothers and not others, like I was saying earlier.
Absolutely.
When I have a friend that's Jewish. I have several friends that's Jewish, but that's not the point.
Right.
One of my friends was like, the church is sending him to college. Blew my mind. He was saying, well, as long as I'm going to pursue whatever and come back to the neighborhood,
Right.
the church will send him to college. Do we do that? I mean, if you really think about it, these mega churches,
Yeah.
you have some churches out there with thousands of people and collects tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, every Sunday.
Right.
Put that money in a bank, the same bank that gives loans to the people that are gentrifying our neighborhood and won't
Right.
give loans to us.
Right.
We need those doors to open for them to teach this, that, and the other. We need banks.
Yeah.
We need banks
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
give us loans, and we need that job training. That
How many black banks do you know of?
no.
How many you know of?
I know of 4.
Four. I know of one, and that's a trust company.
Citizens,
Owned by, Citizens owned by black. Citizen Trust.
there's a Georgia father. I can't tell you the names off the top of my head, but I know
saying,
four.
but
Dr. Vivian, he opened.
Yeah,
he
but
started.
my point is, we need more black banks, you know, to be incorporated and to open up. You know,
Oh, definitely.
take our money in the black banks. But now these days, every black person that you know are going into white banks.
I was gonna say going to
Well, I
Wells
mean,
Fargo
what choices
and
do we
Bank
have?
of-
And then how do they treat us? The customer service has to improve. A friend of mine has a nonprofit,
Right.
and she wants to have her business with an African American owned bank.
Right.
But we walked in there once, and they were eating. 2 people were in the bank, 2 tellers. Well, 2 people. I don't know if they were tellers or not, but they told her that she would need to wait because they were sitting down and they were eating their Chick-fil-A. Another time, the lady was just rude.
Right.
Why? You're in a customer service oriented field.
Right.
So be customer service oriented.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. But as far as the teaching of the skills it takes to run a business, it's not really hard to own a business.
Right.
You can go down to the Twin Towers in Atlanta and buy your business license for $115.
Of course.
You can get your, you can get a lot of things free and go online. But running a business,
Yeah.
the day to day,
That's how you
when you
have to learn.
first open a business, the vultures come out and they try to take every dime they can, telling you need this and you need that and you need this and the other to run your business.
Yeah.
And
You're
before
right.
your business makes a dime, you can go into tens of thousands of dollars in debt. I know because I did.
Right.
Because I did.
Right.
My credit was A1.
Yeah.
I could walk in somewhere and sign my name and walk out with $100,000.
Right. Yeah.
But I started a business and I didn't do well.
Right.
Was trying, but I just didn't know. I learned a lot, but I learned after I'm taking huge losses.
Right.
And it ain't gonna stop me. I will have another business,
There we go.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Several others. I done got off topic. I can't. When I do that, I get off topic. We start talking about.
We was wrapping up the.
Yeah. We want to
last time.
wrap up. Killer Mike, we're hoping that we can get you to come on the show. T.I., of
definitely.
course, we want you to come on the show.
Yeah.
Anybody affiliated with you. I'm hoping you guys have studios and things like that you can tell us about.
Right.
I want to know more about Expeditiously. I've watched it a few times.
I've watched it a few times
exactly.
myself,
I want to know more about that. I just want to know. So, if you fellas are watching or if you get a chance or wind of it, then hit me up, and hopefully we can schedule to have you on.
Absolutely.
Our next topic is...
If someone leaves your life, let them go. The next topic that we're going to get into is, as a minister, I get a plethora of phone calls from congregational members, from friends and family, and their topic, generally want to talk about people that have left their lives, failed relationships, bad relationships, Doc, girlfriend, boyfriend, a breakup, or someone leaves you, all because, and they're confused, and they have no idea of who to turn to and where to go. The first thing comes to mind for them is, what did I do? What did I not do in the relationship for the relationship to end after a month, for my marriage to end after 4 or 5 years, and for it just to completely just vanish? Well, I want to tell you this. When people walk away from you, let them go.
Yes.
Your destiny is never to let anyone who leaves you control you. Whatever consumes you, controls you.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
gonna say
that.
that again. Whatever consumes you,
controls you.
If you let your mate consume you, they control you.
Well.
If you let beer and alcohol consume you, it controls you. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that their part in your story is over. And when we come back, we're going to get right back into that, so stay tuned.
Yeah, Talk Show Kings. We'll be right back. I like the way you...
welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Edition of Talk Show King. This is our lag segment, so we want to definitely give a shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington, our technical director, Mr. Marcus Gibbons, and our social media guru,
Miss Barksdale.
Shantae Barksdale. We were talking about right before we went to break.
Absolutely.
If somebody wants to walk out of your life, let them go.
Let them go.
The minister said he gets a plethora. That means like a lot, just in case. Of people coming to him saying that somebody walked out of their life and they're feeling some kind of way about that.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm gonna let the Kings discuss this before I jump in.
I personally, I mean, I've always lived by that. You know, if a person wants to walk out of my life, I'll let him. I'm not gonna control
Absolutely.
you. You know, if you want
Absolutely.
if you want to leave, there's the door. Kick rocks. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like it's just that simple.
Absolutely. Nothing was meant to last forever.
Because I felt like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, nothing was meant to last.
What-
Even though we will anticipate and we want things to last forever, but nothing lasts forever. Even the ground that we walk on, one day, you know, will be gone.
Well, by forever, I mean in my lifespan.
Well, we are all here for a time.
Yes.
That's why when I said what I said, it doesn't mean that the people in your life was bad people.
Right.
It just means that their part in your story is over because, Doc, we all have a story. And when we were born, that story began. But when we leave here, the book is going to close and that story is going to be over. But while we are here, if people are in your life and they want to walk out of your life, whatever they want to walk out of your life from, let them walk. Because again, your destiny is never determined on who leaves you. Your destiny is for the people that love you and that's going to stay here. If they walk out, let them leave. Even super glue wouldn't be able to keep somebody in your life if they did not want to leave.
Well, I agree with you on
and that's pretty
nothing
much
will keep a person in your life if they want to leave.
And so the phone calls that I've been getting, that's pretty much what I'm letting you all know is that let them walk.
However, I believe that depending on the level of the relationship, that it can last forever.
Right.
Yeah.
And by forever, I mean by my lifespan.
Right.
So I can't say that nothing lasts forever in that context.
Right.
Now, as far as, you know, living and dying, then yes, I agree. We are here, you know, that dash in between the years in the cemetery.
Okay,
But
that's my whole outlook on it. When I say that the book is going to close, it means that eventually there won't be something to hold on to after we are gone.
Oh, gotcha on that
So
one.
pretty
Okay,
much so
I get it.
that nothing lasts forever because we all going to exceed our time, you know, on earth. But while we are here, never let anybody put you in a position that because they walk out of your life, you have to commit to suicide. Do you know the suicide rate is at the highest it has ever been in 2018 because of self-inflicted fatalities or people hurt, Doc. See, when people hurt, you know,
they just want it to end.
Absolutely. The pain is just unbearable for some people.
Yeah.
It's unbearable.
But when you love somebody, in my opinion, when you love somebody and you spent a lot of time loving this person, then just to walk off, to me, just don't seem like it's an easy thing. I love hard.
It's not.
It's not easy.
I love hard.
It's not.
If I fall for
it's
a
not
woman,
easy.
If I fall for a woman and she's my everything, and I'm spending, you know, every day with her, to say that I'm just gonna walk away without trying to whatever, that's not realistic for me. I'm not saying that other people can't. I know plenty of people who can just be like, you know, with her one day and the next day, you know, or
me, I can walk away myself, you know, but I'll be hurt, you know, like you said, nothing lasts forever. So
yeah.
But
I mean,
but now, what do you channel that hurt? What do you deposit that hurt? See, in life, you know, we have banks of opportunity. We have banks of self-indulgence where we have to go to our own bank and make deposits.
I saw that on the show.
Where do you deposit your hurt and pain? What do you deposit, you know, what you going through when you can't talk to the doc, you can't talk to the minister, you can't talk to nobody, but you isolated in this area? What do you go to, Tykar, King Tykar that is, to deposit that hurt?
I just try to put it all behind me,
Hey, you know, a brother.
What do you deposit that, Doc?
You know, when a brother hurt,
yes.
I ain't necessarily talking about myself, but they be in the house listening to gospel music, everything, crying, everything be gone. She done took everything. She done took the ice cream trays out the freezer, and brother still be wanting her to come back. If he all crazy over. What do I deposit that hurt? I don't know because I'm not going to say I'm the leaver, not the leavee.
Right.
But I consider myself to be a good guy.
Right.
And to me, women will take kindness for weakness.
Right.
And there's only so much of that I can deal with.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had a woman that just up and left me. That I hadn't been in many relationships because my relationships are normally long term.
Yeah.
However, it's like once you start to take me for granted or this, that, and the other, then I will walk away.
Yeah.
I definitely try to talk it out way before it gets to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so I really don't know. You know, I mean, I've had a woman leave me in the past, and I just did what I do: play basketball and talk crap and this, that, and the other, play dominoes.
So you deposited by taking your mind off of it, doing something else.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely. And see, that's the question. And through the phone calls that I've received is, Minister, what do I do with that hurt? What do I channel that hurt? And my main source is that I always tell somebody, go to God in prayer. But also I've learned that, and I tell them too, that keep in mind that your destiny means you. What you are doing in your life, the creativity that you are doing for yourself, it never is tied to anyone that leaves you.
What do you do with that pain?
Well, I haven't had to experience that pain, but during the time that I have experienced that pain, I have been hurt, and I'm like you, I love hard. You know, and how I deposited my pain was mentally. Oh, I got to do something. She ain't gonna get away like that. Oh, I got to do something. I got to cut some tires or bust some windows or do something now.
You ain't one of the people who put Clorox in the fish tank and stuff like that.
I got to do something, you know. But through that, channeling that, you know, and I want people to know that's not the road to go down.
I feel you on
You
that.
know, because at the end of that road, it's pretty much going to be a pair of handcuffs waiting on you. So don't go down that road. So if you have to channel anything, channel it in a way that you can handle it.
I try not to let anybody drive me to anger. Because I feel like if somebody can make you angry, then they can control you. I don't want anybody to be able to control me.
Whatever consumes you, controls you. Absolutely.
I'm one who deals with things right then and then I let it go.
Yeah.
So, you know, if something is bothering me, I'm not the type to hold my tongue. I'm quote unquote confrontational. Now I'm not looking to fight nobody or nothing like
Yeah,
that, but I do
yeah.
want to address
Yeah.
whatever's going on. Now, I will fight if that's necessary,
Yeah,
you know, if
yeah.
it's necessary, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's ever necessary.
Yeah.
As an adult,
Yeah.
then we should be able to converse
Yeah.
and
Right.
get over whatever is going on.
Right.
Yeah. As far as letting people walk, it reminds me of that Lenny Williams song.
Yeah.
You know, Lenny Williams cried for 18, 19 minutes. He started watching TV until the TV went off. The brother stayed in the house crying.
Right.
But then when he met the other female,
Yeah.
you know, all that crying and stuff went out
Yeah.
the window.
And that's,
'Cause-
that's another
Absolutely.
thing. Like I've always lived by, you know, what that person won't do, the next person will. You
Right.
know? So
I feel
you on
what
that
that,
one.
what that
Yeah.
female won't do, the next
Yeah, a
female
lot of
would.
people take that motto. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times when you get into relationship, there's always an investment in that relationship. You've invested money, financial. You invested time. You've invested sacrifices because you made sacrifices that you probably wouldn't have made if you wouldn't have been in
Oh,
this
definitely.
relationship. And you tell me you're gonna walk out on me or you're gonna leave me, and I've done this and I've done that. Well, deposit that hurt in a positive place. And I tell y'all, there is positive places within you. So you got stuff inside of you, you don't even know it's there because guess what? You've never had to tap into it. But when God so wonderful designed us, He designed us in this beautiful body with all kind of outlets. But because you've never had to tap into it, you don't know those outlets. But go ahead and tap into yourself. Tap into who you are as a person and understand that it was never designed for us not to be hurt. You know, we're
I
going to be
feel that one.
hurt in life. If you ain't never got hurt in life, keep living. Keep living.
Hey,
And you're going to be hurt.
I think that when somebody is single,
Yeah.
then the best way to find somebody is to make yourself better.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
if you're single and you start lifting weights or you start reading about business or you start whatever, while you're doing that, a female, whatever you're attracted to, will see
Yeah.
your improvement.
Right.
Will see that, you know, and people are attracted to that. People are attracted to positivity. People are attracted to business people.
Right.
People are attracted to people who are doing something with themselves because most people want to be in that. The problem I see in most relationships is people stop having fun together, and it seems like that the good person, whether it be male or female,
Right.
seems to be taken for granted a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It seems like that a person, when you giving, the other person wants to keep getting.
Right,
But then
right.
they want to either stop giving or didn't give in the first place.
Absolutely.
They want to feel like, well, it's okay for me to receive from this person,
Yeah.
but I don't have to give them nothing.
Take,
Yes,
take.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they see it as, you know, that I don't know if they see it as their right or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's if you can get with somebody and both of y'all are into the trying to keep each other happy.
Right.
And to me, happiness is a choice.
Right.
You have to choose every day to be happy because there's always something out there that can bring you down.
Yeah,
There's
that's right.
always something out there
Yeah.
that can, you know,
That's right.
that can make you feel bad because very few of us just have our whatever we want.
Right.
So there's always something that can bring you down. But you have to choose, okay, well, I might not have the career that I want,
Right.
but I'm building towards it and I'm okay with the career that I have. You know, I might not be driving the BMW that I want,
Yeah.
but this Toyota will get me to
Yeah.
from point A to point B
Absolutely.
without, you know,
Right.
me getting
And if
wet
she
in the rain.
love you, she'll stay there with you until you achieve.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, because she can see the potential in you.
If you're ambitious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in a lot of relationships, Tycar and Doc, when people go into these relationships, they go into it full throttle, full
Yeah.
blast. They
Right.
doing everything, you know, right. They saying everything right. But I'll say this, and I will continue to say this to men and to women. I'm gonna start with the women. Women, stop playing the role of a wife if you're just a girlfriend or the side piece. Men, stop playing the role of a husband if you're just that dude down the street or somebody's wife cheating with you. It does not make sense because when they leave, when they walk out of your life, you're going to be hurt to death. But you can only blame yourself because of the role that you played.
Right.
To me, when a married person is cheating,
Right.
to me, they don't have love in their heart for anybody.
Yeah.
Because they know that if the husband thinks that his wife loves him, or, okay, if the husband is cheating and his wife thinks that he loves her, he don't love her because he knows that if she finds out, it's going to hurt her.
Right.
If you love somebody, you don't want to hurt them. And the side woman, even though she knows that, you know, even though she may know of the wife, if he loved her, he wouldn't have you. He wouldn't have a
Right,
wife. He
right,
would be with
right,
you.
right.
So to me, you know, it's a no-win situation.
Right.
Like the open marriages, I can't understand that to save my life
yeah.
because I can't share my woman.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
Hey, if she wants to be with another dude, that's your prerogative, but stay away from me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I ain't built like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I ain't mad at nobody who is, because I don't try to dictate. I don't try to dictate other grown people's lives. But
Yes.
I can't see it. Dolores, thank you for joining us. We miss you. Back to the topic, letting people walk away.
Yeah.
I understand people grieve way too long, and
Yeah.
I can't tell you how long to grieve or not to
Yeah,
grieve.
right.
Yeah.
But I will say, improve yourself.
Exactly.
Because we all have areas we can improve on.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you're single or whatever, you have extra time, improve yourself. Start reading more.
Yeah.
You know, Barack Obama said, if you're not learning something, if you're not spending, I want to say 2 hours every week learning something, then you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you know, that's an extremely powerful statement.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah. Pay attention to the relationship, what you do in the relationship. So you should have a bird's eye view of everything going on in your relationship. So you'll know and you'll see the signs. When somebody getting ready to exit your life, they leave breadcrumbs.
Right.
And you got to open your eyes to be able to see the breadcrumbs that they leave. And they saying like, hey, I'm getting ready pretty much to walk out, to leave. You know, if you go to the closet, clothes are missing. Toothbrush and toothpaste are gone. You know, things like that. You know,
Come
you
home,
just
ain't
say,
no couch in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. When you come home and the U-Haul truck pass you on the way out down the street, chances
That's a hit and a half. That relationship is over. Speaking of over, Talk Show King has come to the end of our
Yes,
time, family.
yes,
Thank you
yeah.
for joining us. If you have any topics that you want to discuss, let us know. You know, write us and tell us. You know, we'll run it by the executive producer, and if he finds that it's suitable, we'll try to discuss it on the air.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. I want to get more guests. You know, a friend of mine with DC Chambers, hey, he's doing it big. He was in Star Wars. He's been in all these music videos. DC, I want you back on the show. Tell us how you're doing. We had a king, Casey. Casey, he's out there. He's making music. Hey, Casey, where you at? You need to come on here so I can interview you and talk to you. Just saying we want more guests. Thank you for joining us. Let us know how you feel about us and the topics that you want discussed. Y'all have a great one. We'll see you next week. Anything you guys want to say? Because you know I'm going to give a shout out to baby girl for us over. So.
Oh, and I just wanted to say a shout out to everybody, you know, that I know that's, you know, been supporting me, things like that and that nature. And shout out to iHeartRadio. Tune into my show, Tyke Heart Radio, every Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On WDRB Media, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Got you.
No time cut. Shouts out to the people that I love and the one that love me back. I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Shouts out to my mom, Geneva Huff London. Shouts out to my church and to my pastor. Love you guys to death. And shouts out to my wonderful representing that George High School, Natalie London. Shouts out to you. Peace out.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to baby girl. Of course, you know I love you with all my heart. I want to give a shout out to all my family and friends. My family came over last Sunday and we had a ball.
Good,
no fussing, no fighting. We played cards, dominoes, dance, talk
No
crap.
shooting?
It was so fun, man. It really was. We're going to be doing that every so often. The fam going to come over and we're going to have a good time. Thank you all for joining us, and we appreciate you. Much love, family.
Much love.
Talk
Family that
Show
prays together, stays together.
Hey, peace up, A-Town down. Sure.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.